Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 16th Appleton Space Conference. And I have to say, the first that we've done virtually as a virtual experience. Apologies for the very slight delay, as with all Zoom conversations and things that we've grown used to. We were waiting for the numbers to grow before starting. We're delighted to have a very wide range of interesting and experienced speakers who are going to cover all of the new advances in the space domain that have happened over the last year, we hope. As I can say, this certainly wasn't the year that we planned, and certainly when we started the year, we had expected to meet again with you all in person for the Appleton Space Conference. I have to say that the challenges of the year have brought out the best everywhere in the space industry. I'm extremely proud of my team for keeping the show on the road and doing all that they have. And it's very clear that the space industry generally has kept the show on the road and has continued to work through the COVID crisis and move things forward. We've got some celebration this afternoon at 14:50, which we'd like to share with you. So we'd be very happy if you'd join. You probably need a cup of tea when you join. The one thing that has suffered as a result of this, normally we're able to invite all our speakers to a dinner at the end of the conference, but we figured that Deliveroo and a Domino's pizza really wouldn't make up for the fact that we couldn't have a proper conference. You will find that there is an opportunity to ask questions, and the questions get relayed to me or the chair of the session, and we then pass them on to the speaker. And I'm told that it's fairly obvious from the platform that you're all viewing on how to do this. You know, please make use of that. The speakers are expecting questions. The virtual platform has brought a few advantages to us. We're always very limited in the number of people we can accommodate in our lecture theatre. So that usually limits us to about 200 people. This year, I think we have over 400 people registered. So that's a definite advantage of the virtual platform. The other thing is that we're going to try and supplement the networking and other things through little rooms and things that you can reach through the platform. And there are various things showcased, and there are opportunities to network. So please make use of those. So let me just go through my introductory slides now. I always take the opportunity of highlighting a few things that have happened in RAL Space over the last year. One of the major things that we've been working on over the last 4 or 5 years is the delivery of the National Satellite Test Facility. This is currently under construction at Harwell, funded by the Industrial Strategy Challenge Fund and the National Productivity Investment Fund. It's a comprehensive set of test facilities at large scale, all co-located at the Harwell site. It's here to kind of help industry in the UK unleash its potential, not have to move equipment around the world to get it tested, and be able to do everything tidily without in the one place. Progress has been remarkably good, actually, considering we've had COVID. Our building team has worked extremely hard to deliver the building, and most of the equipment is now on schedule. We have some challenges still. Some of our colleagues in Italy have suffered quite badly from COVID and have had difficulty getting to site. Nothing that we're aware of is going to delay the opening of the facility at the moment. We slipped a couple of months at the beginning of COVID, and we're holding that date. And so we're due to complete the build in July 21. And then there'll follow a period of commissioning, and the building will be fully open in July 2022. But there are some indications that our build team, not so much the equipment, but the actual building may be moving slightly ahead of schedule at the moment. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it. But that's where we are with that. So that is a really good development, I think. In terms of things that RAL is involved with, we're very happy that we've been able to support University College in the bidding of ESA M4 mission, Ariel, and we're very pleased that Ariel will be launched now. It's there to study exoplanets, and it's going to survey over 1,000 planets outside our solar system. The consortium is led by UCL, and we're providing support for that consortium through RAL Space. And we're extremely pleased that the ESA has actually now adopted that program as the next mission. So we're very pleased now, and the launch is in 2019. We also have some other mission news, but I'm hoping that later in the conference, that highlight will be discussed by others, and I'll be able to highlight that myself then. The other thing I'd like to draw your attention to is normally we publish a little glossy brochure alongside the Appleton Space Conference with the RAL Space highlights. This year we've decided to do that as a virtual document in keeping with the conference, and that has been released today and will be available to you. So we'd encourage you to look at that. There's a number of interesting video clips in there too from staff and users. So please have a look at that. So that's really the end of my introduction. I will hopefully be able to pick up on some other highlights as we go through the talks this morning. And I think we're ready now to move on to our first speaker. I believe he's joining only by voice because we have some technical challenges with some damp wires in London, causing the internet to not be as efficient as it might be. Before we move to that, just to draw your attention to the slide that I forgot to move to, which is the various Twitter feeds and Instagram feeds and Facebook feeds, and we're encouraging you to join in that conversation during the day. It is a long day, and I suppose the advantage of the virtual conference is that you can dip in and out a bit more. Having said that, I think the range of speakers we have is very strong, and it would be great if we could kind of people stay as much of the day as they can. So let's move on to our first speaker, who is Graham Turnock, who is the Chief Executive of the UK Space Agency. And I believe he's going to be telling us about from lockdown to launch and why the future is bright for UK and space. And as I say, Graham is joining us by audio only.